Priority clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
Jolan True, Attack Wing Captains and Admirals, and welcome back to another Antares Shipyard video here on YouTube. This video is going to be the first video for the Independent Faction Pack on Motley Fleet. I have taken our live stream over on the Twitch page and broken it up into easily more digestible videos for everybody here on YouTube. I'm sitting here at the captain's table. We have myself, David Montgomery from the Shipyard, link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Our newest permanent guest host, James Sonis from the Fremont Reformation group. And our special guest from Stars Madas here on YouTube. Again, you can find the description below. Kilo Dell. In this video, we're going to cover the ships that come with a Motley Fleet. You'll be able to find all the time codes for the cards in the video description box below. Comment below what your favorite ship from this pack is, or which ship you've had the greatest success in running. I would love to hear some of those builds that have come out of this pack. You can also continue the conversation with us over on the Fremont Reformation Discord server. Again, link is in the description box below. And then please consider helping us grow the channel here by giving the video a thumbs up and giving us a subscribe so that you know when more of our subspace communications are released on YouTube. Now, let's move on to the video. Computer, engage program. Let's go ahead and start with the first card. Get this guy flipped over. Alright, so card number 1 in the pack is Telev's Battlecruiser. When a friendly ship within range 1 is defending, that friendly ship may roll +1 defense dice. If that friendly ship is an Andorian battlecruiser, it may also convert 1 blank into 1 evade. If the attacking ship is a Vulcan ship, that friendly ship may also add 1 evade. Okay, so 3-1, 4-3, Tech, Weapon, Crew, coming in at 21 points. David, how about you start us off?
First off, I really wish that the Kumari was a better ship. That's what I get from this. It's like Andorian battlecruisers are nice ships, but the problem has become that the Vulcans are just better in basically every way. I do like Televs in combination with, say, the NX, the Enterprise NX-01, and enhanced hull plating. I think that Televs makes an interesting support ship for that. I think it shines in that Enterprise era play. As far as overall competitiveness, I don't think it's there, but I do think if you're into that thematic era game, that this really does have a place. Especially because Vulcans and Xindi and then the NX, of course, are so good that you sit there going, okay, how can I tweak and make something better or get a little bit extra against what exists there? And this does that well.
Yeah. Kilo, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, you bring up the Vulcans, which is a good point, because prior to the Vulcan pack, the release of this pack put the Andorians, who only really had 2 expansions, in my eyes, above the Vulcans. Whenever I tried to do a Vulcan versus Andorian always won. They were like the kingpins of the Enterprise era. Thanks mostly due to this expansion, but with the release of the Vulcan pack, it's like an arms race, you know? And the Vulcans have now left the Andorians in the dust, but I still think Telev's, I forgot that I can never pronounce that properly. That was the whole thing in my video on the review of it. Telev's Battlecruiser is definitely like one of my little favorites. I don't think I run it too often, but like it's definitely one of my favorites. Captain, I personally think works well with Telev's Battlecruiser is Clark Terrell. Just because you double down on the defensive buff. Which, if you're running Clark Terrell, then you'd probably want to run Dinatra on something else. Although that's a sort of much older way of looking at the ship's builds. I don't know if people still do that sort of thing, Clark Terrell with Dinatra. But yeah, you put Clark Terrell on this, and now you've got a ship which is given +2 to all friendly ships, regardless of the faction or class. And so you fly in with all your ships that you need to protect, and on its own, it's a pretty tough little ship. It can be made tougher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of people still play Clark Terrell and Dinatra out there. It's a solid combo. Even given its early wave status.
I play a lot of swarms, but with points, you don't always have the room for Collectorel.
Yeah. All right, James, what do you think about this card?
Well, the first thing that came to mind when I looked at it was that it's kind of a lot of words that you have to deal with. It's a very bulky card text-wise, and you don't really... It's not like other cards that you run in combo with some things, at least in my opinion. You run it as a nice thing. You don't run it to make something work.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I definitely think this is your standard pure era kind of card that you're going to find it where it's getting played.
Yeah.
The friendly ship may roll +1 defense dice is nice, and then again, doubling it that with Clark Terrell, giving everybody 2 at range 1 is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this card you're mainly going to find it inside of era play, which is fine. There are people out there that play that way, so that's not saying this is a bad card by any means.
Yeah.
I'd say it gets a lot better with other things in this pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Like once you throw on the other cards in this pack made for this ship, it becomes something that's fairly viable and a little scary. I know I don't like playing against it when it's all loaded up fully.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would just say, run Type 8. It's a 3 dice ship, run Type 8, stuff like that.
You could use any of those.
You could do a Hudson ship on it. It has a weapon slot, so it might like Sakona. There's a lot of different things that you can do.
There's that, what was it? Came with a Phoenix. It was like a aft torpedo.
Yeah, the torpedo launcher.
Not sure how viable that would be, but it would deal with the fact because it's a 180 arc ship, which is another thing.
Yeah, aft torpedo launcher.
That's true too.
Yeah.
All right, so the second card. Go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of point out with this that it's generic. Like, do you have the generic there?
Yeah. Yep. That's the next card.
It's generic is 16, and it has 4 hull.
Yeah.
How does that stand up against the generic Constitution?
It's the same cost. I think better slot layout.
Yeah, because I think Constitution is it crew weapon usually?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah, I think I like this to a Constitution. Otherwise, I think it's identical in everything except it has a 180. It has a 180 degree turn.
Yeah.
Well, no, it has a come about. That's the word. Constitutions don't have those.
Yeah, that's true. They have a reverse instead.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Do they have a rear firing arc, the Andorian battlecruisers?
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
There we go. Okay, so they have the same arc as a Constitution, the same stat line. Cost the same, so same action bar, but still at 16 points. If you're playing era play, this is it's a good ship to have. You'll definitely get those bonuses from Telev's battlecruiser. We don't spend so much time on the generics here. We are just really showing them off for the points reductions or the recostings. So we'll go ahead and flip the next card. Which I think this is how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure.
I can help you with that if you need.
I think it's the Guingouin.
Oh,
Going,
yeah,
going.
sorry. I actually can't help you with that one.
The
Guingouin.
Guingouin.
Guingouin?
Yeah, Maquis Raider 2333.
Oh, someone in my building speaks French. I can just run off and get them if you want.
No, that's all right. Tech
Like they're
weapon.
just in the other room. Anyway.
Tech weapon crew. Coming in at 18 points. It's got the evade, target lock, scan, battle station action bar. You may equip the internal compensators upgrade to the ship for free and without requiring an upgrade slot. When attacking, if the defending ship is hit, place an aux power token beside the defending ship. Okay. Kilo, why don't we start with you on this one?
All right. Should we bring up that internal compensators or save that for later?
Oh no, I can bring it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's important
So-
enough that it should be run up.
I like the Maquis Raiders. I like their point reduction, which we'll see soon. But I honestly keep forgetting even about the first half of this ability because I just really like the second half, which is the throw the aux down whenever you hit your target.
Yeah.
But
And now.
even without the named ability, just the Maquis Raider itself is a nice, well-rounded ship. I'm glad it comes with a weapon slot because that is a 2 attack, and that's not great. But whenever I look at this, there are 2 weapons that come to mind immediately, and that is if you just want to be a real jerk, you can run the Ferengi photon torpedoes
Yes.
to double down, so your enemies get 2 auxiliary power tokens,
Yep.
and you can lock
Oh,
them
can I
that
be
way.
promoted, Jerry?
I did. You're promoted.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
Just grab
And
that.
then the other one that comes to mind is actually from the Delta Flyer, and this is a card I don't run very often, but I do like it. It's Photonic Missiles.
Yeah.
And that, in addition to normal damage, you place an auxiliary power token beside the defending ship.
Yeah.
And that's that on its own is actually a 3 attack, so it's better than the ship's primary weapon anyway.
Yeah.
But I like to use
Absolutely.
this ship as a disruptor. Not as in like the disruptor beams, but like disruptor as in it disrupts enemies' action economy by throwing just a lot of oxes at them.
Yeah.
But as for the internal compensators, giving that ship the additional movement options is really nice.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure.
again, like this pack has quite a few movement cards in it.
Yeah, I mean,
And if you're just trying to make a movement-based ship with what you got in the pack, then you use the Guingouin for that.
I think it's important to point out using the internal compensators, or the inertial compensators, I should say. It's on a bank or a turn, and it has to be a speed of 2 or greater. So it gives you something a little bit better than just a standard come about. So you can kind of wiggle your way in or out of somebody's arc. David, do you have anything to add to the Guingouin?
Yeah, so there's a Ferengi captain named Bractor. Low skill, kind of overpriced. Pays the elite talent holder tax, but when attacking a ship that has an Ox power token beside it, gain +1 attack die. Seems like perfect fit on the Guingouin. And if you toss in like Ferengi missile launchers, you're making 2 attacks. I think that's the start of something here. I don't know that it's the be all end all, but if we're kind of going into this disruptor type menace build, I think that Bractor and missile launchers might be kind of at the forefront of that. Plus, it's independent. Ferengi's subfaction of independent, so you're not paying taxes on that. It's a neat idea.
Yeah, for sure. James.
I mean I don't know. I call it the gun. That was started by the Fremont group.
Okay.
Oh, I'm moving the mat. I don't know quite how Bractor works with the gun because you have to hit the ship before you place the ox, but I think it would work with the Ferengi torpedoes. Just one thing right off the bat. I mean, this wasn't originated by me. It was originated by Craig. For all I know, it could have been you, David. But it's doing Type 8, and you put on car,
Mhm.
and then you put on a couple other cards that come later in the pack. I don't know if I should grab them out. I probably shouldn't.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I can? Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll grab out Enhanced Phasers. And I'll grab out Maquis Tactics. So, yeah.
If you throw the cargo bay upgrade on, then you can get your double weapons. So you can fit more of these things on.
Cargo Bay? I don't know that one.
Repurposed cargo bay comes with this pack.
Yeah.
I was thinking
You
of
can put
that
on
for
that.
if you wanted
Yeah.
the various Ferengi weapons, get them on.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's interesting. But yeah, I would say like car, you get a third die, Type 8, you get a fourth die. You're maneuverable, so you might get a fifth die from range. You get 2 attacks with enhanced phasers. Maquis Tactics gives you a move after you attack. You can just do a lot with this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, 3 defense dice. You could run. Let's see. It'll load.
I mean,
You could run Hood Riker.
Yep.
Just increase the size. You could run Hood Riker, gets you another defense die, gets you some conversions. There's a lot of different things you can do. And if you were willing to pay the penalty for running it, you could certainly run upgraded phasers. As in addition to Type 8.
The +5, so it becomes an 8-point card.
Yeah, it would become a 9-point card because of the faction penalty as well. And then you run into what do you want to run as your second? You can do Sakona, stuff like that.
Yep.
Just pointing out Maquis Tactics, you can run as many of it as you want.
That's true.
So you could run an Admiral, and you could run 3, or you could just run Car, and you could run 2, and it becomes a quite mean ship that has a lot of capabilities.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the ships that can be clown card out quickly.
Yeah.
Loaded up with a lot of upgrades. And
yeah, that's true. You could even do Hudson Captain.
Yep.
Instead of Car.
I think Car is probably the better choice, but you could.
Yeah.
So yeah, I play against Chris Peters, Crazy Vulcan. He's in our local play group, and I played against him a few times. And he brings one of these builds that's exactly like that, with all the cards that were shown, pretty much. So and it's pretty cool when it's lined up perfectly and gets off right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool ship. I like it. 18 points is pretty good for the price, I would think.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's pull out card number 4, which will be the generic Maquis Raider.
Is that going to be in this stack over here?
Nope, just.
It's going to be under there. Okay, good.
Yeah, we just pull the first card and flip it. There we go. So, important to note, Maquis Raider is the generic 2/3/3/2, so you're losing that shield. Still got the same action bar, weapon, 2 crew slots, coming in at 13 points. I already know what's going to be said, because there's already a 13-point ship that's much better.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can hear David saying it already.
Funnily enough, that wasn't the first thing that came to mind.
No,
No.
the Burrells are much better. But
Yeah.
if you're going to run a swarm of Maquis ships and you're going to run Maquis tactics all over the place, definitely something worth considering.
I gotta say, I do really want to run a Maquis Swarm one day, because I have Maquis ships.
Hey, why not?
I think it would be fun. Thematic. Try to take on the Dominion faction pack. Who would win?
Well,
I think we all know who would win. But
yeah.
I'm still.
Yeah.
Torres, she'll win.
The answer is whatever came out latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
David called it back in the Calvin Timeline pack. Power creep.
Well,
I feel honestly though, it's more like they're just trying to make things better, and they're making things a little too better every time. Which, I mean, it's just an accident. It's not intentional.
well, I don't know if it's an accident. I'll say that. I have my theories, but that's another topic for another day.
Okay, throw the shade.
So yeah, we can move on to the next ship, or the next card, I should say.
Real quick,
Sure.
there is a second Maquis Raider that is weapon crew instead of weapon crew.
Yes.
There is
That will also be recosted.
Yep. So there.
Okay, I mean, there's a third one that's just weapon crew, but you're never going to run that. There's no actual reason.
That's the one that has no firing arc at the no rear firing arc, I think.
Yes, there are two base plates, one that does not have a rear.
I guess I didn't realize
I think
that.
it's the first one.
Yeah, it's the Gavroche, I believe.
Oh.
Gavorchi.
Yeah. There you go.
Ugh.
All right.
Ayo!
Hey, so this is an interesting ship. This is the Harvester Prime. It is a Vidiian battlecruiser, 3253. It's got evade, target lock, scan battle station, 2 weapon slots, 2 crew slots, coming in at 23 points. Combat phase: disable any number of active shields on this ship and target an opposing ship within range 1 to 3. Disable the same number of active shields -1 on the target ship. All right, David, let's throw it over to you.
So I'll actually run this. Ran it in the last Reformation League.
Mhm.
It requires a bit more finesse than I managed to play it with. I like what it does. And I like that you can add in reinforced shielding from Alliance.
Yes.
And you get up to 5 shields. And so you can drop 4 shields on any ship you want. And when you have 5 durability, 5 hull left, you end up still being pretty defensive. You are susceptible to the one shot, but somebody still has to actually want to take out your harvester. Beyond that, I think the lesson I will impart to anyone else is remember to actually make your harvester prime offensive, not just a defensive juggernaut, because it needs to actually hit whatever you are dropping the shields on. Be that with more dice, like a type 8, or perhaps or quality. And if you do both, then you're looking better. Because 4 dice is a lot scarier than 3 dice.
Yes. Yeah. Kilo, what you got to add?
Right. Harvester Prime. So yeah, for what David was saying, you'd want to increase your shields, ideally by 3. I feel like there was an independent upgrade which gave you a +1 shield that you could combine then with the +2 of the reinforced shields, but I cannot remember what that upgrade was.
There's the potential that you're thinking of enhanced durability, which is Gorn only.
No, metaphasic shields.
Yes, the Ferengi one.
Yeah, there was. Wait, really?
Grab it out.
Which one was that? Oh, that was from the card pack, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes, metaphysics
Right, I was
shields
looking
from
in the wrong spot. So yeah, that with the reinforced shielding. And I like to just now what I like about this is because some of these ones are a lot of these like shield bypass abilities let your ship shoot through shields. What I like about this is that it just turns off the shields for everyone.
Yes.
And it's at the start of combat phase, I think, because it's just combat
Yeah.
phase.
That's correct.
So you can. I wouldn't necessarily focus on turning Harvester Prime into an offensive ship. I would just like have it fly around as a debuff vessel, and have other ships focus on that. But there are 3 cards here that I would consider pairing with it. And one is Prefix Code, which you can use as an action to disable even more shields. Because if you max out your shields to 6, then you can disable up to 5 on an enemy.
Mhm.
Combine it with Prefix to disable up to 2. Or you could combine it with Noah Lessing from the Equinox to disable 1. And then the other kicker here is Locutus from 112, which lets you disable 2 shields. But he is an action. So all these 3 cards I listed are actions, so it's like, pick one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would probably use Locutus because he seems like the simplest because there's no re-enables and it's not a discard. But I don't know if I'll ever run that. I mean, I might. I could see myself running that. I did run something similar to that once before, I think, with Prefix Code. But yeah, I like to see it as I focus primarily on it just turning off shields on enemy ships. But
Yeah.
there was one build I tried out once with Chronoton torpedoes and everything, and it was weird, it was redundant, and it was like it can either turn off shields or just shoot through them, and it got a bit weird, and I don't think it was all that efficient, but it was a thing at least.
Yeah. I definitely.
Although one thing you do need to note, because we aren't actually reviewing the models, but the model is backwards, so when you put your little cardboard token on, flip it around.
All right, James. Anything to add?
There's not much that needs to be said about it. I was just real quickly scanning my brain and scanning Utopia, and I don't think there's anything that can re-enable shields.
There is.
There's
three.
the prototype one.
I think there's 3. There's Chekhov from the HMS Bounty can re-enable shields.
Yeah, but it's at the end. I was more saying like that would work around this. Like Chekhov is at the end of the act.
Oh, there's not.
Phase.
Yeah.
The closest one is the thing that comes on the prototype, which lets you at any time re-enable your shields. However, there is then no card that would allow you to take that or use its ability, so I don't really see any way to make super fun combos with this. I mean, pair it with a super offensive ship, a Sao Paulo.
Yeah. What would you be trying to accomplish with that one? Because I'm not quite sure I understand what you're getting at with the re-enabling. Are you saying like
so that if you have +3 shields and you have 6, disable 6 to disable 5 on a target ship, and then immediately re-enable your shields.
Okay. I'm gonna check.
But there's no way to
quick.
do that.
I'm probably wrong about it.
There's one way, which is if your opponent is running a prototype, you can use adaptation 7 from 9. However, then you're just way too much reliance on luck.
Yeah.
So I see this in a couple fleets. Most of them, the Harvester Prime is stacked with defensive upgrades, and then you have a ship like the Sao Paulo, which would be stacked with offensive upgrades.
Yeah, that's kind of where I see it as well, where it fits in the best is it's kind of in a fleet with 2 offensive ships and you're focusing fire versus
Yeah.
hoping the Harvester Prime will take it out. Although the
Um,
Harvester Prime will take a chunk out, um, especially
yeah.
especially if you got car on there. He'll
Yeah.
give you that +1 die if your captain skill's a little higher. You'll at
Yeah.
least get a reroll.
You can do car, you can do reinforced shielding, you can do, where did I put type 8? There, you can do type 8 as well.
You can do type 8. You can do
Car type 8 reinforced shields. You can disable 5 shields to disable 4 on your target. Attack it with 5 dice plus a double reroll. You can do a battle stations as your action. You can do anything as your action.
You can even have the independent Bellana Torres on there for another reroll
Yeah,
of the
you
blink
can have
dice. There are options here, and I like the ability.
Yeah. It's a solid ability that is pretty fun to run if you do it right.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and pull out the next card here. And we've got the generic Vidiian Battlecruiser. 3252, so you're losing that shield as normal with generics. 2 weapon slots, crew slot, and it's coming in at 21 points, which is the recosting. So not terrible. It's probably not something you're going to get seen swarmed a lot. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever played against a generic Vidiian Starship.
Yeah, do people use Vidiian ships, like the generic, outside of like a themed fleet?
I've seen
Because
it
I
once.
don't know if it's even a good ship because I don't see people playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I see the Harvester Prime more than I do the Vidiian Battlecruiser.
Yeah, I don't.
And you don't
I mean,
even really see the Harvester Prime.
I feel like if it was a 4 attack, you'd probably see it a lot more.
Yeah, a little bit more at least.
A
But it is
bit.
so expensive.
Yeah.
The other downside of it is 90-degree forward firing arc as the only firing arc really holds it back.
Oh yeah. Plus it's
And-
maneuver dial.
Yeah, and the dial's not good. It's
Yeah.
not terrible, but it's not good.
Is it the Weapon Zero's maneuver dial, I believe? No, because it has a come about.
It has a come about. It has white 2 turns, but red 3 turns, and it
And I
maxes
think
out at
it's-
speed 4.
Yeah, but its 4 straight is white.
Yeah.
So then it's a crappy Valdor dial, I guess.
So it's like something similar to like a Katinga.
I don't know. Does the Katinga have 2 bank green? I don't play the Katinga that much.
This doesn't have 2 bank green. It has 2 bank white.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's exactly
Yeah, I mean, I know
the
that.
Katinga dial.
It is exactly the Katinga dial. Okay, good.
Yes.
I was just reviewing your episode on the Katingas, and you guys don't find those very impressive.
Well, you know.
But the Katinga has a rear 90 arc,
Yeah.
There we go.
It does have that going for it,
and that's
and
what
it's cheaper.
Yes.
like a rear 90 would help the Vidiians.
And it has 4 dice.
Yeah, I understand the Vidiians never demonstrated that they could fire from a rear firing arc.
Yeah.
But
They could fire down. That was pretty cool.
But I mean, if we're talking about demonstrating, then the Fed ship should have a 360 arc, the Enterprise D.
True.
Well,
And
the
it shouldn't
Enterprise
be
D
able to
did
fire
have one.
directly forward. It should only be able to fire forward and up. But I mean, we're not going there.
yeah,
3D attack
worms
rifles.
opened.
Let's not
All
open that kettle of worms. Oh boy.
Ship number 7. Oh, card number 7, not ship number 7.
Oh yes, definitely ship number 7.
The U.S.S. Dauntless. Dauntless class, 2245. It's still got the standard Fed action bar, evade, target lock, scan, battle station. 4 tech slots. No weapon, no crew. 23 points. The ability is you may equip a crew upgrade as the captain in this ship. If you do, it counts as a captain instead of a crew upgrade, and its captain skill is printed SP cost +3. You may not equip an admiral to this ship. Alright. Kilo. Or I'm sorry, Kilo.
Okay. Okay.
Take it away.
All right. First off, can you grab the repurposed cargo hold 2-point question mark upgrade from this deck? I'm
Sure.
going to show you the most obnoxious build you can do with this.
Okay.
Okay, so repurposed cargo hold can count as a crew upgrade, tech upgrade, or weapon upgrade. So let's count it as a crew upgrade. Your cargo hold is now considered your captain with a captain skill of 5. Right off the bat, that's just silly, which I enjoy. But next, you throw 5 copies of cloaked mines on this ship, and
Yeah.
that's the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's an obnoxious build. I pitched it once in the group as a joke, and somebody actually ran it in a group, and because they went to like playing some game, and then they saw the build being run, and they were like, "This is your fault because you posted this." It's a tech carrier. It's weird because normally I'd look at a science vessel as a tech carrier. 2 attack, 2 defense, lots of tech slots, but then it has 9 health. Which is weird. I think the only other tech carrier I can think of which is filled with tech and then has a boatload of health is the Zindi Aquatic, but they actually have offense as well. They've got, I think, 4 attack or 3 attack. So this is a weird ship. I don't run it too often, but every time I've run it, I think I've enjoyed it. It's got no crew, so it's like you can't do tech combos with crew. But then again, you can just use upgrades to get crew. But
yeah, you can.
This is definitely an odd ship. I think it's mainly a mine layer, sadly. I think it's a defensive tech carrier, and it's not meant for offensive use. That's my sort of summary of it. It's got a 90 forward, no rear. And it's got like a Cardassian style maneuver dial.
Yeah, it's got the.
Surprised it doesn't have
a.
Surprised it doesn't have a 6 because it was one of the show's most fastest starships.
Yeah, supposedly. All right, David. Do you have anything to add?
I have spent probably too much time trying to find a crew to actually go on this ship. I don't have one. I wanted to like a Geordie LaForge. There's one that starts off really good. All of your tech upgrades cost 1 less point. When defending during the roll defense die step, you may disable this card to roll 1 additional defense die for each tech upgrade deployed to your ship. Right? Sounds great. +2 max.
Ugh.
It's like,
Oh, you're rolling +4 at least.
No, +2 max. That's what's on the card.
I'm sorry, I don't mean +4. I mean like you're rolling 4 defense dice when you're using them on this ship.
Yeah.
Which is like a cloak ship almost. I thought of two. No, actually one crew who might work. And not really method with the ship, but I always think of Sloan actually, like just a discard based crew for some reason. It's weird. It's not a good card to run with it, but it's a card I think of. I think I mainly think of it because the Sloan is like fake Federation, and this is like a fake Federation ship, so you put them together.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I could put B'Elanna Torres on this and get a weapon and a tech slot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about as far as this ever gets.
Yeah. I like the discard cards on this one. 'Cause I just don't know why.
This starts to feel like Optronic Data Core, which is someday there will be the perfect crew that goes on the Dauntless, and we sit there and we go, ah, yes, finally, the chosen one. We have awaited you. We have awaited your arrival. But it's not here yet.
Yeah. I mean, I kid you not. I've sat down and I've gone and I've grabbed our card box. I've lugged our 50-pound card box off the shelf, taken out every single crew, and racked my brains for days trying to figure out something, and it just doesn't exist.
Discovering something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I had the same issue when I was looking at this the other day. I'm trying to come combos. I guess you could put
Q.
Go
You
ahead.
put Q2 on it and get an additional 1 point of hull, essentially.
True.
Oh, not Q2, Quinn.
Quinn, yeah.
What I eventually came up with was I pulled Wesley Crusher out from the stack just to show that even Wesley can be a skill 8 captain, and that was really it.
I think Pern just rolled over.
Because I mean the captain skill is your cost plus 3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you can run him as a skill 8.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Sulu coming in at what?
Well,
skill 6?
there are a couple
7?
different things. There are a couple different things.
Are there
I
any
mean, if we're
crew
just
6?
talking about that, then we're talking about Torg,
There you go.
which is a crew 6.
skill 9.
Aye.
We're also talking Worf, not actual Worf, but the WizKids rule thingy. And then we're talking Varel. I don't remember the ruling on that because I just can't remember everything.
Oh wow, yeah, just Try
But
to
there was
boost her up
that
from
ruling
13.
that is your printed, or it's part of your faction penalty, or some very weird thing that I don't remember about that.
I mean,
So,
that makes sense.
Is Varel a 13 skill captain? I don't know.
It's possible.
Maybe.
I would try running that past. I would try sneaking that
It
past
has been run.
the rules
It has
in my
been,
group.
The rules in your group. Yeah, it has been run past Worf, and I know there was a ruling on it. I don't remember what it was though.
Yeah, I just looked at it the other day, but it's in and out at this point.
Don't run it.
So
Don't spend 33 points to get a skill 13 captain, please.
True.
I would like to run 33 points to get a skill 13 captain. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but Gen Con sits there and laughs maniacally.
Yes, he sits
But
there.
I
and
don't
he
have Gen
laughs.
Con.
That was the one really amazing thing that happened when Dad and I went to Worlds. Is that Gen Cons were the prizes left, right, and center.
Oh, nationals?
Both of them actually.
Yeah, because I remember I got multiple copies and they were just giving them away for free play.
Yeah, it was the prize. Hey, you played in a free play. Here, con.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to attend one of those.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Hopefully they happen ever
Hopefully.
again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm next time I do attend this one con in Minneapolis, I will be running Attack Wing there.
Nice.
Probably only like 2 games, and they'll probably just be teaching people how to play. Maybe running like a simple like Battle Some Borg scenario or something. But I actually bought a bunch of flying boosters online just to like use for the people, because that way they don't break all my nice ships.
All right.
Oh, was there anything else?
No, you're good.
No, it's just the generic now.
Yeah, we're just pulling generic, just showing the recost pretty much. You lose a tech.
Not
slot,
sure it's
lose a
worth the
shield.
points.
You lose a tech, you get an interesting name.
Yeah, species 116 Starship. Cost of 20.
Yeah. Oh.
Run it at your own peril.
Yeah, run it at your own risk. Keep your arms and legs inside of the species 116 Starship at all times.
Yeah,